Hey, Maddie, this is an answer to your question about this problem. So I just want you to remember, if you look back at 10.5, we learned that distance equals rate times time. So cosine is going to find that left to right distance. So here's our distance, and I put in the numbers that you had there. So if you remember, the cart starts at 250 plus, and then it uses cosine to figure out, depending on how long he's on the Ferris wheel, what his distance will be, right? Anyways, so we can know the distance, and then that will be equal to the rate or speed of the car. So here's our rate times, and then if you remember, this finds here, it's going to find the time that he's on the Ferris wheel, and then the time that he falls. So that's the total time. Distance equals rate times time. So the question is, find how long in seconds from the 3 o'clock position the diver should be on the Ferris wheel for this to be a successful dive. So we want our distance to match up with so this is the desired distance to match up with the actual distance, which we'll find by doing rate times time. Okay, so if you have any questions on that formula, so the part that you got correct is what the test will be on more of, hey, what is this formula? Why do we have it? And so since it's a non-calculator, don't worry as much about this next part, but let me show you. So because TP, it's happening 3 times. The algebra is doable, but it'll just be really hard. So what I suggest, and I think what we did in class, if you remember when someone asked about this, is I suggest you just graph it. So one thing that people are struggling with, though, is when they do graph it, they forget to change it to degrees if they do it on the calculator, right? So you have this blue graph, which will be the time, right? So the longer he's on the Ferris wheel, so the blue, remember what that one is, it's his rate times time. So the longer he's on the Ferris wheel, right? The longer he's on the Ferris wheel, the more he's going to travel, okay? Now cosine, it's keeping track, so the red's keeping track of how far away from center he goes and how close, right? Okay, so where they meet will be the solution for TP. So your solution is going to be, so the x, if you can look over there, the x is where your TPs were supposed to be. So your x is 22.724 seconds, and he's going to be 198.7 feet is, I think it's feet, how far he traveled. Anyways, hope that helps. If it doesn't, let me know.